Thank you for watching Surviving Breast Cancer in Stilettos. Please click the notification button for upcoming videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stop thinking and saying I'm crazy. I'm not. I have chemo brain. Let's talk chemo brain. You're not crazy. There is such a thing as chemo brain, and that's what we have. For a while, I thought something was wrong with me. I thought I had mental issues, and I thought I was crazy. 1 minute I was happy, 1 minute I was sad. 1 minute I wanted my kids to be around me and give me all the attention. 1 minute I wanted them gone. 1 minute I was like, oh my God, Farrah, you fabulous. 1 minute I'm like, Farrah, no, you're not. 1 minute I'm the happiest it could be. Life is so wonderful. Next minute I'm like, oh my God, you're gonna die. 1 minute, woe is me, I have cancer. Next minute, I'm a survivor. That's what I was going through. I was losing my mind. It was a roller coaster ride that I didn't know how to get out of. And I realized that there is such a thing as chemo brain because I Googled it. But the worst part is my oncologist never told me, because when I told her I am going through emotional, mental distress, you know what she told me? Oh, here we have antidepressants. And I actually took it. I took antidepressants for 1 day, and I didn't like how it made me feel. It made me feel like I was walking on a cloud. I was totally lost. I didn't like it, so I stopped. So after years of learning that there's such a thing as chemo brain, I realized that's what I have. Farrah, you're fine. You're normal. Nothing's wrong with you. It's the medication that's making you act like you do. So again, I'm not crazy. I have what, ladies? Chemo brain. I know you're wondering, well, Farrah, what are you doing about your chemo brain? Truth is, nothing. There's nothing I can really do about it because it's a side effect of the medication. However, right now I'm getting therapy. I'm seeing a therapist. Well, not really seeing her, but I'm talking to her on the phone every week. And that's helping me kind of navigate through life and understand how to balance things so I don't feel overwhelmed. Because one of the things I always feel is overwhelmed. And ladies, we overwhelmed without medication. Now, added on to that with medication, I'm telling you, sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind. I know everyone's been sending me messages. Oh my God, you seem so strong. Oh my God, you've been keeping it together. But ladies, I'm just like you. I have my bad days, and I will be posting some of them. I have days I cry. I have days that I'm down. I have days where I'm just like, I go through it just like you. Yeah, I remain strong majority of the time, but a lot of times I'm losing my mind. I feel like I'm literally losing it. And it took a long time for me to realize that I am taking a lot of medication. And all of them are intertwining with each other. That's what's happening. The medication I'm currently taking affects me this way. This one is affecting me this way. I'm taking hard medication that's giving me insomnia that causes me to have anxiety. The anxiety is causing my heart palpitation. The heart palpitation is making me not feel good. Me not feeling good, meaning I have to call my doctor. And then what does my doctor say? Do you need antidepressants? And I'm like, no. So it's drug on top of drug on top of drug, and then dealing with your own hormonal stuff. Like now I don't have my period anymore. Why? Because of chemo. So now I got to deal with my body doing what it's naturally supposed to be doing. Because I'm 43. Still young, 43. However, I'm on menopause. My mom didn't have her menopause until she was late in her 50s. So I am way ahead. I am way ahead of getting my menopause. This is not naturally supposed to happen. So I have medication that's like, look, this is not going to happen. You're not going to have your period. So my body is fighting itself. Because the medication is saying one thing, but my body is saying something else. So it's a battle within myself. Not only is the battle within my body, it's in my head. Now, ladies, let's talk. We know we go through the times where we start talking to ourselves in our heads. I know I do it. And it makes me think, oh my God, you are losing it. And then I think about it and I'm like, I'm not losing it. How could I lose it? I was fine before chemo. I was fine before cancer. I was mentally stable. I don't have any mental illness in my family. It's the medication. And you know how I know it's the medication? Because a couple of months ago, I stopped taking some of my heart medication because I had a hard time figuring out which one worked for me, and I was fine. The minute I went back, and a lot of it started out with my heart medication, it was like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And you have to constantly tell yourself, this is not me. It's sad to say, but you constantly have to tell yourself, it's the medication. It's the medication. And you have to tell the people around you, it's the medication. When I snap at my boyfriend, I got to text him and call back like, babe, I'm so sorry. You know it's the medication. My kids, get in your room. Then I go back, I'm sorry, it's with the medication. My mother, what do you want? It's the medication. But after a while, people are tired of you telling them it's the medication. And they start thinking, she's just a B. She got issues. She's crazy. She's not herself. What is wrong with her? And there's nothing wrong with us. The chemo has messed up our brains to where we feel like we're crazy. Like we have mental issues where we need to start taking more medication. Now, let me tell you this. You feel crazy. You feel overwhelmed. You don't know what's going on. You start taking antidepressants. And guess what, ladies? Those antidepressants have side effects too. So now you have added on side effects, but you're not as depressed. You're probably walking around lost, not knowing what's happening. You don't have the side effects of deep depression anymore. But let me tell you something. You probably got diarrhea. You probably have something else going on that now you got to deal with. And again, there are people out there that do have mental illness and mental issues prior to the chemo, during the chemo, and everything else. So I'm not talking to those people. So I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to diagnose your mental state. What I'm saying is to women that we know we're not crazy. We've never had unstable mental anything. We basically knew we were mentally stable. And once we started going to the chemo, that went out the window. So I just want to let you know, ladies, there is such a thing as chemo brains. So let's say it, chemo brains, we're not crazy. See, right now, I have moments I'm hyper. Right now, I'm hyper. Look at me. Hyper. I'm a hyper person anyway, but I know a lot of my hyperness comes from the chemo. Let's be honest. It comes from the chemo. And I need to let myself sometimes slow it down. Like, Farrah, calm down. Or somebody needs to tell me, Farrah, calm down. You a little too hype right now. Usually it's my boyfriend, because I'd be like, hey. My kids, they're kids. They like the hyperness. But I have to tell myself to calm down. I'm able to function at work. Work is totally different. I'm able to function at work. And again, it's because I manage a team. I'm not a worker. So my team is great. And I don't have to worry about my work life as far as how I mentally can handle it, because I can. Now, everything else outside of work, I have an issue handling sometimes. So I am now seeing a therapist. She is great. She is helping me out. And that is how I'm keeping my mental stability some days. The other days is checking through, is keeping to myself, is basically educating the people that's always around me, which is my mom, my kids, my boyfriend, and letting them know, like, when I do something, it's because I have chemo brains. And even though I'm not doing chemo, this is long term. Like, I have memory loss. My mother the other day told me, Farrah, can you go upstairs and get me my handbag? I go upstairs. I don't even remember what she told me. I come downstairs, she's like, where's my handbag? I'm like, what handbag? What are you talking about? So I have short-term memory loss sometimes. And I have to rethink and regroup and be like, she did, 10 minutes ago did mention go upstairs and get her bag. So sometimes they just slow down. Don't go in a panic. Don't go in a frenzy. Just slow down. If you need to go in your car, a place where you're alone, away from distractions, just slow down. And once you slow down, you would realize that this is not you. This is a medication. Let it kind of wean itself off and then go on with your day. But again, seek support groups if you need someone to talk to. Reach out to me, Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. It's going to be posting more videos, Facebook, all of these things and outlets. Just reach out to anyone you could possibly talk to. That helps. What also helps me is my therapist, and just keeping other things, myself busy other ways, maybe watching a favorite TV show or just reading a good book. Something that's a little bit calming may just be sitting down in total silence. Meditation on YouTube. Those are things to slow you down so your brain don't feel like it's about to explode and you feel like, I'm going crazy. But you're not crazy. You got what, ladies? Chemo brain. So that's what we have. I know that the way that I act, the aggression sometimes I have, the anger I may have, and the low tolerance and patience that I have is due to the chemo. And I say chemo brain because I'm not no longer doing chemo, but I'm doing other things as far as treatment. I have side effects from chemo I had in 2017. Yes, because it long-term sometimes side effects, or these side effects come later on. This is what my doctor told me. And because of the current medication I'm taking now. So I have a lot of things happening at one time to my body. I mean, everybody's like, oh, Farrah, you look good. Oh, Farrah, you put yourself together. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I know how to put myself together. But inside, sometimes it's zzz. So I have to kind of slow myself down and tell myself it's the medication. Ladies, whenever you feel like that, look at yourself in the mirror and say, stop. I'm not crazy. It's chemo brain. I need to slow it down. Say it to yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and remind yourself how you were when you wasn't on chemo. How sane you were. And if you had a little craziness, we all did. But hey, how stable you were mentally, and tell yourself it's chemo brain. This is not you. And again, speak to your doctor. Think twice about the antidepressants. Try to get a therapist. Try to go into support groups. But ladies, again, we're fabulous. We're great. We're survivors. And we're not crazy because we got what, ladies? Chemo brain. So thank you for subscribing and looking at my videos and liking and commenting. But please, anyone who's watching my video for the first time, please hit that subscribe button and wait and stay tuned for more videos from me on my YouTube channel, Surviving Breast Cancer. What, ladies? In stilettos. Please join me live on Instagram at survivingbreastcancer_. Wednesdays at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for watching Surviving Breast Cancer in Stilettos. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please click the notification button for upcoming videos.